This is one of the most futuristic and comfortable shoes I've ever worn. This is the upcoming fully 3D printed APTHCRY Mule, and it might be my favorite shoe of the year. I'm biased, but still. The APTHCRY Mule is the first official footwear release from the brand APTHCRY, and it was 3D printed by a company called Zellerfeld out in Germany, who also produced the Nike Air Max 1000s. And because of that, it's actually made in the same way and out of the same material as the Nike Air Max 1000. So if you've tried these are a little bit more comfortable. Again, biased, but still, I think they're more comfortable. So for those of you watching this video who aren't familiar with APTHCRY, APTHCRY is actually the brand that I co-founded back in 2020. We started out as a sock brand and have sort of morphed into more of a lifestyle apparel brand. Socks are still our main thing though. I mean, it's hard not to make the world's best socks your main thing. Genuinely, over the last 5 years of being a company, we've been perfecting the sock to make it the best sock possible. It's incredibly comfortable, it's breathable, we've got ISOweave, which is our proprietary knit technology. It's awesome. And of course, along the way, we've dropped things like Pretty Much Broke hats and other projects, and now, officially, we are dropping our first shoe. But before we dive any deeper into the review, let's first find out how you can grab a pair of the upcoming APTHCRY 3D printed mules for yourself. The APTHCRY Mule officially releases on August 29th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on APTHCRY.com and on Zellerfeld.com for a retail price of $150. It's dropping in 5 very limited different colorways. You've got black, oat, orange, blue, and red. And like I said, it is a very limited drop, with like red, blue, and orange being the most limited colors, and then oat and then black being the most available color, although this is still pretty limited. So if you want the best chance at grabbing a pair, I suggest being on APTHCRY.com right at 11 a.m. Eastern Time when they drop. Now, in addition to the online drop, the following day on August 30th, there's going to be an in-store launch at Takout NY in New York City. At that launch event, you're going to be able to try on the shoe for yourself. You're going to be able to buy some pairs if you want, specifically in the black colorway. But we'll be there live streaming the whole thing if you guys want to come in and be a part of the live stream. We're also going to be there with Zellerfeld. We're going to be there with Takout NY, obviously. And of course, we're going to be doing some giveaways and some other cool things that are going to be happening. So make sure to stop by the event on August 30th. I believe it starts at 12 p.m. So that's how you can grab a pair for retail, and if they hit the resale market, I'll make sure to link them through the YouTube shopping tab on your screen if you're watching this like after the drop. But before we get any farther into the sneaker itself, let's first take a look at the box. Now, this box is actually not the box that these pairs came in. These are sample pairs, so they came in like a different kind of package, but this is the retail packaging that you'll get the shoes in. It says Zellerfeld across the top, same as most other Zellerfeld releases, except for the Nike release. I think that actually came in a Nike box. You've got the Zellerfeld logo on the outside. It says future inside, sweatshop free, fully recyclable, which they are, which is pretty crazy. On the front of the box, it says step into the future, and of course on one side you've got the size tag, model APTHCRY Mule. It says who the customer is because you actually scan your feet. We'll talk about that later. It's a crazy process. The production date, the location, and the color. In this case, it is the black color. This is actually my wife's pair, so it says to Justin Fowler, and then in black. So not a standard size tag. It actually feels more like a sample tag, and I believe this is the standard retail size tag on Zellerfeld shoes, but I don't have another box in front of me to check. It's got this like cool magnetic latch right there, so you can kind of latch it shut like that. And then when you open it up, you've got, of course, some white paper inside with the shoes. Unravel the shoes, and there you go. But as far as the box is concerned, that's pretty much all there is to it. But now let's talk about the shoes. And like I mentioned before, this shoe is fully 100% 3D printed. I've been 3D printing shoes on my channel since like 2021 or 2022. I 3D printed Yeezy slides, which were very uncomfortable and didn't look great, but hey, they can be worn, which is kind of crazy for a garage 3D printer. But 3D printing has always been something that I've been very interested in. Like, I went to college for industrial design. I prototyped and 3D printed for years professionally before I started doing YouTube full time, and then YouTube took over. And I just was obsessed with 3D printed shoes. Like, whenever a new 3D printed shoe would come out, I'd buy it. In fact, I own tons and tons and tons of 3D printed shoes. A lot of them are in the studio because I'm actually filming a video comparing all the different 3D printed shoes, so stay tuned for that. But I've got a bunch of them. As much as I prefer Zellerfeld 3D printed shoes over other 3D printed shoes, they're all pretty cool. The technology in general is really cool. So 3D printing is an additive technology. If you're not familiar with what 3D printing is, essentially what 3D printing is adding layers on top of one another until you create a 3D object. It's basically like if an inkjet printer printed something thicker than ink over and over and over again on top of each other until you had a thing. Now, when it comes to 3D printing footwear specifically, there are 2 major categories of 3D printed footwear. There's FDM 3D printed footwear, which is what Zellerfeld does. All of their 3D printed shoes are FDM printed shoes. And then there's resin printed shoes like the Adidas 40 Forwards or the Climacools, or even the Puma Mastros. So these two printing methods both have pros and cons. Generally, I would say that FDM has more pros than cons, but we'll get into that in a second. Resin printed shoes are literally printed the way that it sounds. They're printed out of resin. You get a bin of resin or a basin of resin. It flashes a UV light into the resin in sort of the shape of the layer that you want, and it does that over and over and over again and slowly builds these super thin layers on top of one another until you have something like the Adidas Climacool. Now, the pro of resin printing is that you can print incredibly detailed and intricate designs like this. Whenever you 3D print anything, you get these layer lines, and that of course are the layers that are kind of getting layered on top of one another. With resin printing, because essentially you're hardening a resin, it's a very thin layer. It's generally called the resolution. So the resolution on resin prints tends to be pretty high because it's essentially hardening a liquid, like in a very thin, almost film-like layer. So on shoes like the Adidas Climacools or even the Puma Mastros, seeing those layer lines is difficult. Well, it's actually a bit easier on the Puma Mastros. You can kind of see them right there. But resin prints generally tend to have a slightly higher resolution. However, the problem with resin is that especially UV-based resins can harden over time, even after the shoe's been finished. So every time you walk outside with a pair of UV-based resin shoes, they harden a tiny bit. Now, it's probably never gonna harden to a point where you can't wear the shoes, like where it becomes very stiff. Like these shoes are very, very soft, but it does happen, and it's something that you should keep in mind. The resin printing process is also a somewhat toxic process, even if you're doing it at home. Resin fumes you don't want to inhale, and the actual resin itself you don't want to touch with your skin, so whenever you're resin printing anything, it's best to wear a mask and wear gloves. But now let's talk about FDM printing, which is the kind of printing that Zellerfeld does. It's the same sort of process where you're adding a material layer on top of layer on top of layer until you get a 3D object. However, unlike resin printing, basically what FDM printing does is take a filament, in this case it's a TPU or a thermoplastic polyurethane, essentially a plastic, melting it, and then layering it on top of each other. Now, because this filament is a solid versus a liquid, even when it's melted, it's still pretty solid. The layer lines are thicker, so the resolution won't be as high. However, if you look at things like, the APTHCRY Mule or even the Nike Air Max 1000, the layer lines are not very visible. So even with FDM printing, you can still get a very high resolution. FDM printing, at least with the TPU that Zellerfeld uses, is generally a less toxic experience than resin printing. I still probably wouldn't stick my head in the printer and like breathe in deeply, but it's cleaner and probably still a little bit safer. But in Zellerfeld's case, the two big benefits of FDM printing are the fact that these shoes can be incredibly soft. We'll talk about how soft the shoe is in a minute, but it feels like foam. It's wild, and they're recyclable. So if you decide you're done with your APTHCRY Mules and want to recycle them, you send them back to Zellerfeld, they grind them up, and then reprint them. It's a wild process. The fact that you can recycle your shoes now is nuts. Also, FDM printing is generally faster than resin printing, so you're able to produce a lot more shoes in a lot less time, meaning that Zellerfeld's mission of putting a 3D printed shoe on every foot is a lot more attainable with this printing method. But now that I've sort of explained a little bit more about 3D printing, let's talk about this shoe itself and how this 3D printing method makes this a really great shoe. So like I mentioned, Zellerfeld uses exclusively TPU, or thermoplastic polyurethane. It's their own blend of this TPU, and they have their own proprietary printers. So what that allows them to do is create this incredibly soft and flexible pairs of shoes. Now, as much as I would like to take credit and say that we're the reason that the APTHCRY Mule is so incredibly soft, I can't. It's just every Zellerfeld shoe kind of feels like this. I will say though, that compared to the Nike Air Max 1000, the air bubble in the Nike Air Max 1000 is stiffer than the material that they use to print the rest of the shoe. So because of that, the heel of this shoe is actually not as soft as the heel of this shoe. So really, the APTHCRY Mule is more comfortable. So if you've tried this one, then more comfortable. Just saying. So starting off on the toe of the APTHCRY Mule, you get this sort of radial pattern because that's where the 3D print finished. So that's where all the layer lines kind of originate from, or I guess end from. I think they actually originate on the bottom, but it actually creates this really cool sort of design detail. We didn't design this shoe intentionally thinking about these ridges, but I do think it adds this really nice texture to the shoe itself. And it also lets people know this is a 3D printed shoe. Like, this is a future shoe. This is not something that you usually buy in a store. Continuing back on the shoe, you've got these speed lines that run along the side of the sneaker to give it a sort of futuristic vibe. And then in the center of the toe, the print pattern changes to more of this checkerboard look. Now, the reason we did that is because this checkerboard print pattern is actually incredibly soft. It feels like a foam in the tongue of a shoe. So while these smoother areas are still very soft, they do have a bit of rigidity because of these speed lines that kind of create these almost like spines on the shoe, whereas this area is super soft and somewhat breathable. I mean, you really have to try the shoe on to kind of experience this, but it genuinely feels like a foam. Like I'm trying to show you guys how like squishy it is. It's wild. At the top of the tongue, you've got the APTHCRY logo embossed off of the material. Obviously, this shoe is all printed in one color, so it's not gonna be as out there or as vibrant as something printed in multiple colors. I like that though, because it makes the shoe easier to wear, and I like the fact that the APTHCRY logo is somewhat subtle. In fact, that's the only branding that you find on the entire shoe, except for some nods throughout the shoe, which we'll talk about in a second. Moving back to the ankle opening of the shoe, obviously it's a huge ankle opening because this shoe is a mule, which is basically a slide with a front. So the whole goal with the APTHCRY Mule was to create something beautiful, but also incredibly comfortable. One of our phrases at APTHCRY is your sneaker's favorite sock. That's what we think that we've created with the APTHCRY sock. And as much as we're both sneakerheads, the brand was founded by sneakerheads, really for sneakerheads. We initially thought about making this a sneaker first. But the more that we thought about it, we're like, no, we don't want to create a sneaker. Like, sneakers are great, we love sneakers, we're passionate about sneakers, but APTHCRY is all about comfort and style. So we wanted to create something that not only looked good for everyday wear, but also felt incredible for everyday wear. And me and Osman both really love mules. We wear Birkenstocks constantly. Mules are one of those silhouettes that can do this amazing thing of being both a lounge shoe that you can wear just in your house, it could be a house shoe, or you can wear it to the store, you can wear it to work, you can wear it to like a sneaker event, whatever you want to wear it to. It's the kind of shoe that you keep by your door and you throw on whenever you want to be comfy. So that's why we made the APTHCRY Mule a mule, because we wanted to create a shoe that was easy to throw on for any situation. So once you get your foot into the mule itself, which is super easy to slide your foot into it, it's a mule. You don't have a back. It's a slip-on basically. You're greeted with more of that checkerboard pattern on the insole, which is super soft underfoot. And what's really cool about Zellerfeld shoes is that even though they're all printed out of the same TPU, the entire shoe is just one material, but the way that they change the infill depending on different parts of the shoe, it completely changes the feel of that part. So obviously the checkerboard area feels like foam. The more smooth area feels a bit more like a, it kind of still feels like foam, but it feels a bit more like a Yeezy slide style foam. This area feels more like a regular foam that you'd find inside of a tongue, or maybe some sort of like, I mean, it kind of feels like a very soft midsole foam. But what's wild is that this top half of the shoe is very, very easy to compress because it's all very soft, but the midsole of the shoe is kind of like a standard midsole. It's got more structure, it feels stiffer than the upper of the shoe. And while yes, it is still very soft, it doesn't bend in the same way. It feels like a very soft EVA midsole. It's crazy. Now on top of that sort of denser midsole, you do have, again, that checkerboard area, which feels very, very soft. So I would say that this kind of feels like a memory foam shoe in a lot of ways, which is really, really cool. And what's crazy is that I've actually had a sample for since March that I've worn almost every single day. And I thought that the shoe was gonna pack out over time, but instead it's actually gotten softer. It's actually kind of loosened up the plastic in the midsole, so it feels even softer than it did when I first got it. I've also noticed that this shoe is very durable. Like, there's the outsole after wearing it for what, like 6 months every day? Here's the new outsole. Not too different. So whatever blend of TPU that they're using in this shoe is awesome. I'm sure in 5 or 10 years it'll be something slightly different, or maybe it won't, I don't know. But 3D printing is still a pretty early technology. Like, we've had it for the last couple decades, but in 5 years, I'm sure Zellerfeld will be doing something even crazier. So stay tuned for the APTHCRY Mule 5.0 or whatever it ends up being. But now let's get into sizing and fit, which is one of the most important things when it comes to 3D printed footwear and just footwear in general. So as you could have guessed, Zellerfeld doesn't do sizing the way that most brands do sizing, and that's because they actually allow you to scan your feet to make sure that your feet are gonna fit the shoe perfectly. Because every time you order a pair of shoes from Zellerfeld, they print it out for you. Like, they print it out for your exact size. So when you grab a pair of the APTHCRY Mules, what's gonna happen is you can either pick your own size, which you're welcome to do. I'm a size 9, this is a size 9. I did not scan my foot for this shoe, this is a sample. I will say that while yes, I am very comfortable in the size 9, I might go down like half size, just because when I'm wearing the shoe after a couple minutes, my foot kind of does slide a bit forward, and there's a little bit of room in the back, just because it's a mule. Like, your foot is not gonna press towards the front of the shoe like most other shoes. You've got that open back area, so I usually tend to go a little bit smaller in mules. Like in my Birkenstocks, I go down to an 8.5 versus a 9. Same sort of deal with these. The nice thing is though, if you buy them on our website or on Zellerfeld's website and you select the foot scanning option, you select the size that you usually are, then you scan your feet, and then they make sure to tailor the shoe to your exact size, which is something I'm very excited about. Haven't been able to do that with the samples. I've done that with other Zellerfeld sneakers that I bought in the past, but I haven't been able to do that for the samples. The good news is though, when I buy my actual personal pairs, which yes, I'm gonna buy a lot of my own shoes. Sounds crazy, but I'm gonna do it because I want a bunch of them. I will be able to scan my feet, so I'm gonna get my own customized pair, which is super cool. Now, if you follow the Nike Air Max 1000 release at all, you know that these shoes did not come with foot scanning, at least not these newer colorways of the shoe. These only came in full sizes, and that's something we're actually trying to avoid with this pair by allowing foot scanning to make sure that everyone gets the size that they're looking for. So if you're ordering this pair for yourself, I would suggest doing foot scanning just to make sure that the size is perfect for you. Now, you can go true to size, but again, being a mule, it's probably not a bad idea to go down half a size. But all that doesn't matter if you scan your feet. So there you go. You got two options. You can scan your feet or not, and do whatever you want to do. Now, when it comes to the way that these look on feet, I think they came out way better than I expected. When you're designing a shoe, you kind of get lost in like the minutia and the little details of the shoe itself. So a lot of times you can tend to forget how the shoe will actually look when it's on a foot. And that's one of the most important parts. Shoes are accessories. As sneakerheads, we forget that a lot. Shoes are something that are designed to not only keep you comfortable and keep you safe, but also look good with your outfit. And not to toot our own horn here, but I feel like the APTHCRY Mule does a great job of being simple, clean, and minimal, and accenting a lot of different outfits. Whether you're wearing it with shorts, whether you're wearing it with long pants, whether you're wearing it with baggy pants or joggers, whether you're wearing it with APTHCRY socks or not. Obviously, the best fit is gonna be APTHCRY socks with the mules, but you know, whatever. If you gotta wear your Nike socks with it, I guess you gotta wear your Nike socks with it, but I wouldn't recommend it. I just love the casual vibe of this shoe. I think it looks really great with a lot of different fits, and I've worn it in every single outfit that I have. I literally wear this shoe all day to wear test it. Like genuinely, I wear this shoe constantly. In fact, here's the first sample that I ever got. I've worn this in the ocean, I've worn this to Mexico, I've worn this to Kansas, I've worn this to Florida, I've worn this to New York, I've worn this everywhere. And then I left it outside for like 5 months. Just as a shoe that I keep by my deck door to wear to and from my studio. And other than kind of changing color a little bit in the sun, it's still in great condition. Like it's still very, very soft. It stood up really, really well to the wear and tear. So I'm really impressed with it. I think it's one of those shoes that should last you a long time. Continuing back in the shoe, these speed lines kind of converge over the midfoot. You've got this nice ripple texture detail, which is found on both the medial and the lateral side of the shoe. And then moving around to the heel, you've got this nice little divot, which actually used to have the APTHCRY logo. But it doesn't anymore. We moved it from the heel to the toe for a few different reasons. One of them being the resolution is higher on this toe area than on the heel, because this is the way the shoe prints, kind of up like this. So it's a little bit cleaner when you print it up here, but also because we just like the look of it better up here. So that's the main reason, realistically. Then moving to the bottom of the shoe, you get to the traction pattern, which features these little triangles, which of course mimic the APTHCRY logo. I'll be completely honest with you. While this shoe is not the first shoe that I've ever released, I've released a couple different sneakers with different brands, but this is the first one that I've really felt like is something really, really special. First of all, the shoe feels amazing. It's one of the most comfortable pairs of shoes I've ever worn. And again, that sounds like I'm glazing myself, but I'm really more talking about Zellerfeld here because I didn't have anything to do with the actual comfort, just the shape and the design. But this shoe is the culmination of 5 years at APTHCRY of me and Osman creating products that we love. We love socks, we love creating the best socks out there, and now we feel like we're creating the best 3D printed shoe out there. And if you've watched my channel through the years, I've done tons of videos on 3D printing shoes. It was something that I love to do, I still love to do it. So to actually have my own official 3D printed shoe coming out with the same people that make the Nike Air Max 1000, it's one of the most amazing feelings in the world. I'm so blessed, I'm so excited, I love the way it came out, and I really think you need to try it. So if you wanna grab it, it drops on August 29th for $150 on APTHCRY.com at 11 a.m. Eastern time in 5 different colorways. And then again on August 30th, in-store only at Takout NY, which is up in the Bronx, so stop by, I'll be there. It's gonna be a blast. I would love for you guys to check out this project. It's been a collaborative effort between me and Osman, but also with Zellerfeld, and experience one of the coolest, most futuristic products I've ever tried. I do also wanna give you guys credit as well, because if it wasn't for you guys, literally, I wouldn't be here. These shoes wouldn't be here, APTHCRY wouldn't be here, none of it would be here. If you guys weren't watching these videos and supporting through your likes and through your subscriptions and through buying socks and things like that, these shoes never would have happened. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. You guys have truly blessed me and made this, you know, a really, really great experience for me. So thank you guys so much. Even the haters, I appreciate you guys too. Obviously, a huge thank you to Zellerfeld for being a huge part of this project. And of course, you know, Osman and my family and everyone who supported all of us. It's been a really great experience. And I'm very excited for these shoes to release. So check them out August 29th. But hey, I would love to know your thoughts on the APTHCRY mules in the comment section down below. Do you like them? Do you not like them? What do you like? What do you not like? Are you grabbing a pair? Are you not grabbing a pair? Let me know everything. Comment section down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and I will see you all in the next one.